This is your Mustang Story.
Well, this is our 13th episode, Lucky 13. And as far as lucky goes, what Mustang should represent the Lucky 13th episode? The Las Vegas Casino Special Edition? The New Mexico Lottery Prize Drawing 2015 Anniversary Edition? Well, you had to be real lucky to get that one. But no, actually, I don't even think there ever was a Las Vegas Casino Edition. We just made it up. But there are hundreds of special editions and several 1967 Special Edition model Mustangs. The number of Mustang Special Editions peaked during the 67-68 model years. One of them is the subject of our 13th episode. With so many, we had to narrow it down for the podcast, so 1967 is the year for this episode. Even with selecting 67, we had so many special editions released, each with its own story to tell. Well, we had to narrow it down even further. Ford made special models that were, territorial special promotional Mustangs with special paint colors, like the Twister Special offered in Cajun Red or Lavender in the Alabama, Arkansas, Mississippi, and Louisiana area. Then there was the Palomino in Milwaukee, the Blazer in limited editions, the Nebraska Centennial, the Limited 400 in Chicago and Indiana, the High Country Special, Ski Country, and even the 48 She Country Specials made by Ann Goodrow in Denver. There were the Lone Star in Texas, the 8 Stallion editions in Toronto, Canada, the Tussie Cosmetics edition, and Playboy Playmate editions. I bet I missed one or two, and you can tell me which 67 special I missed on our Facebook page comments. But wait, I have a few more. The San Jose Mustang plant came out with a few. One was the Gold 1/1,000th production anniversary Mustang, and of course, sport sprints like mine. The Golden Nugget was for Washington, Oregon, and Alaska. That was out of San Jose. But not to be left behind, each of the other Ford Mustang plants used special paint for their own. Hey, sidebar, remember Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. and the 60s TV show, The FBI in Color? Well, he used a Mustang for his character's ride in both 67 and 68 before switching over to some T-Bird thing or whatever. One unique 67 National Special Promotional Mustang was the St. Patrick's Day Special model, which came out in March, and I believe in High Country Special Timberline Green or Emerald Green exterior paint. I've only seen one in Emerald Green, and the first time I was sure that it was somebody's local paint shop paint over until I read the Marty report and interviewed the owners. You see, for our 13th episode, we chose the Lucky Charms Emerald Green St. Patrick's Day Special, owned by Virginia and Steve Stiles from Denver, now living in New Mexico. According to legend... Okay, actually, according to Mustang Special Editions by Jonathan Klein and Jeffrey Klein, which you should go and buy a copy of right now in a buying frenzy, they were only sold by the Denver and Lansing, Michigan DSOs. The production numbers are somewhere between 10 and 500. If you know for certain, drop us a note. But for now, let's find out just how lucky one has to be to acquire a 67 St. Patrick's Day Special on your Mustang Story with Virginia and Steve Stiles. Virginia, welcome to the show. Before we get started on Mustangs, tell me a little bit about yourself. What did you do for a living? Are you retired now? Are you still working?
I'm retired. I worked for the school district in Denver for 30 years in the food service department.
Thank you. Tell us what kind of Mustang you have.
We have a 1967 St. Patrick's Day Special.
A what?
St. Patrick's Day Special.
That doesn't sound real. Is it a for real special, or is it a Sears special you just made up?
No, it's real. I have the Marty's report to prove it.
Oh, good. So it is. You've documented it with the Marty.
Yes.
And you've done, I think you've done some research on it. Are there any options on it besides it being a St. Patrick's Day Special? What did that come with? What's the motor? What's the transmission?
It's a 289 V8 automatic transmission. It came with a white vinyl top and white sidewall tires, and it's convertible.
Any other options on it? AM radio or air conditioning or power steering?
No air. I wish it had air. Power steering. It's got the original floor mats to it.
Wow.
And it's pretty much all original.
It really is a beautiful car. Very special. It made me stop in my tracks when I first saw it. How did you find a St. Patrick's Day Special?
Your Mustang Story returns after this.
Sprint into springtime with the Mustang Sport Sprint Sale at your Ford dealers. The Mustang Sport Sprint is specially sale priced and blooming with 7 special features. There's a sporty luggage rack if you wish, and wide oval tires on the V8. Sprint into spring with America's favorite sports car, Mustang.
Now, more of your Mustang story.
How did you find a St. Patrick's Day special?
It was pretty much a fluke. My husband and I, we like to go to estate sales, and we went to an estate sale in Denver, and this car was sitting in the driveway with a for sale sign on it, and I'd never seen a green Mustang before, this color. So we talked about it and decided to put a reasonable but kind of lowball offer on it. And after talking to the people at the estate sale, the people putting it on, they said the car hadn't been advertised with the estate sale. So they were hoping that they'd get some good money out of it since it wasn't advertised. So we put in a bid and we didn't hear anything for several weeks, and I just wrote it off and forgot about it. And about 2 months later, we were camping in Colorado and we got a call, and I answered my cell phone, and this lady says, I think you guys put a bid on a Mustang at an estate sale not too long ago. And I said, yeah. She says, well, the guy that had the high bid couldn't come up with the money. So if you want it, it's yours.
Wow.
And I about fell off my chair.
I just about fell off this chair. That's an absolutely incredible story. I mean, I follow estate sales. Never had a special, extremely rare Mustang show up on one.
Well, we didn't know at that time it was a St. Patrick's Day special. We thought it was a high country special. It's got a high country tag on it. And after doing some research, my husband took it to a guy in Denver. His last name is Teets, and he's a specialist on high country specials. And he said it wasn't it. He said it's got the wrong tag on it. The car's a 67. The tag is for a 66. So we were rather disappointed. But he says, I still think you have something special. So he came home, told me that, and I started doing some research and applied for the Marty report and found out that it was a St. Patrick's Day special.
That's incredible. So the tag on the door is from a different car, or it just wasn't marked like a normal Mustang?
Well, when they produced the high country special Mustangs, what they did was actually sent the tags to the dealers, and the dealers at their discretion put them on the cars. Well, they had this one from the previous year and they happened to put it on my car. So that's how it got that.
I think there's a lot of Mustang owners out there right now that are going, yeah, that's how it goes. You know, whatever's down the line gets put on the car as long as it meets the spec. So that's fascinating. Have you done anything to it?
Washed it.
Oh, wow.
Not really. We had a leak in the transmission that we fixed. We haven't done anything physically to the car. The way we bought it is the way it is right now.
Wow. It's in really good shape. Let me ask you, what's the most memorable time you've had with this Mustang since you've had it?
Let's see. Most memorable. We took it to the Rocky Mountain Mustang Club show up in Steamboat Springs, Colorado for 3 years in a row. Had a great time all 3 years, and Tacoma Trophy all 3 years.
No doubt. It's that sharp of a car. It really is. Are there any plans for it in the future? Anything you want to do to it, or any place you want to take it?
We're just enjoying it right now. We've taken it to a couple local shows. We don't have any plans for selling it or doing anything. We're just enjoying it.
It's a great car to enjoy. I mean, you put the top down, turn up the radio, and go for a cruise.
Absolutely.
I actually should correct that, because the exhaust note from that car is really beautiful. It's just, I know it's 289, but when you guys came in and I heard that tone, it was just, man, that's just the classic Mustang V8 sound. It really was very just cool. What's in your Mustang dream garage? Is it already there, or have you got another one that you'd like to have?
It's already there. I'm loving this Mustang.
What advice would you give someone looking for a special edition or looking for their Mustang?
Do your research. Make sure what you have. Always go to the Marty reports to verify the information, because you never know for sure what's out there.
It's an incredible car and extremely rare. I've never seen one before. And even after research, it seems like there's certainly less than 600 of them in existence. Like I say, I've seen a lot of Mustangs, and that's the first one I've ever seen. That emerald green is distinctive. It's like nothing else. No other color is like that emerald green. And, well, just altogether, the car is really wonderful in its equipment, and its condition is really fantastic. And I'm very grateful that you shared it with the folks in our audience.
Well, thank you. We're incredibly lucky.
I think all Mustang owners are incredibly lucky, but you guys go to the top of the class.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on the program today. All you folks out there, keep your eyes open, because you never know what's out there at the estate sales or around the corner. And then you'll have a Mustang story of your own. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed this edition of Your Mustang Story with Virginia and Steve Stiles and their 1967 St. Patrick's Day Special Mustang. Please like and subscribe wherever you find us on the internet. And if you'd like to see pictures of the car, be sure to check us out on our YouTube channel, Your Mustang Story. And thanks for listening.
Your Mustang Story is a production of Spirited USA, LLC, all rights reserved. The views and opinions expressed on Your Mustang Story are solely those of the participants and do not necessarily represent Spirited USA or its sponsors. Send questions and comments to contact@yourmustangstory.com. Join us next time.